Hi, my name is Richard and I am the Geek Squad Supervisor at Best Buy in Modesto, California. I'm going to be talking and sharing with you today some tips that you can use to make your photography better. One of my passions outside of computers is photography, and I'm going to show you today how to make your photography look like a professional took it, and really just some quick tips on how you can make your average picture stand out and be a little bit better. The first thing I want to share with you is lighting. Lighting is absolutely crucial. And as a photographer, you are a manipulator of light. And as you can see, the scenery around us is beautifully set with wonderful lighting. It's about 7:45 in the evening right now, and I love the sun around this time. It's really golden, it really does a great job on skin tones, and will really make your photos pop. One of the things that I hope to capture today, with the sun being in the background and starting to set, is sunbursts. Sunburst in images really make an image its own. It stands out and it's really yummy in the photography. The second tip I want to show you today is shooting on the same level as your subject. Most times we make the mistake of shooting above our subject, so the picture looks a little off-centered, off-balanced. If you take the time to get down on the same level as your subject, it balances the shot, makes your subject more proportionate, and your pictures will turn out fabulous. The third tip I want to give you has to do with editing your image after you have taken it and imported it into your computer. Many can make this a daunting task, but it doesn't have to be. Editing your image, maybe things like removing red eye, straightening a crooked image, adding contrast to an image to make colors pop, can be done very easily. Software has made these changes possible and very easy to implement. For beginners, I would recommend a piece of software called Adobe Photoshop Elements. For beginners, this is going to be something that's very user-friendly. The interface is very intuitive, and it will not be overwhelming. For advanced users, you already know Adobe Photoshop is something you have to have in your arsenal. And adding some of the newer software titles like Adobe Photoshop Lightroom 2 and Apple's Aperture 2 are going to be key weapons in your arsenal as well. Making your photos all that they can be requires post-processing. Gone are the days where you can take a photo down to the lab and have someone else make those corrections for you. The corrections are now in your hands, and what better hands for them to be in than your own? You know exactly what you saw when you looked through the lens and what changes you need to make as you're looking at the photo in front of you. I've included some before and afters of my images. Some of the images as I shot them could need a color boost. Some of them needed exposure adjustment. Some of them just needed a little massaging to make them an even better photo than what they were in the camera. So I took the liberty of making some contrast adjustments, softening some skin tones, adding some brightness and exposure, and doing a few extra things that make the image just pop. Things like maybe brightening the eyes a little bit, or removing some blemishes off of the skin. These can all be done in your post-process editing. So to summarize, we've covered three things today. One, making sure you have good light. Good light is the most important thing that you can do to help improve your photography. Two, making sure you get on the same level as your subject. And then lastly, making sure you have the right tools to post-edit your photography. And don't forget, it's digital photography. You're gonna make mistakes. The good thing is you don't have to pay for all that film anymore like they did back in the old days. It's all digital now. You can make as many mistakes as you want to and learn from your mistakes and move forward from there. And I guess one more quick tip that I'd like to throw in. When you're on site and you're shooting, chimp. That might be a new term to you, and what chimping is simply after you've taken your photo, look at the back of your camera, size up your photo. Does it look like the color is properly balanced? Does it look like it's properly exposed? If so, you've got a great photograph and move on. Post-production, post-editing will take care of all the rest. Thanks for joining me today and look forward to seeing you next time.